website.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by BlackRifleCoffee.com.
Oh, you know what today is, Japes?
No.
It's December 16th. We're gonna test our OG listeners, our OG everyday listeners, by just asking what the special date of December 16th is in this household.
We're giving you clues.
If you're watching the video show, if you're listening, you have no fucking idea
what we're talking about.
So I'm going to tell you, yeah.
So we're going to sing this song.
Oh, pine cones and Jimmy legs.
Just like we practiced, and we know it so well.
It's Pine Cone Day.
Yeah.
It's Pine Cone Day. Happy Pine Cone Day, everybody. It's December 16th.
In the Patterson
household. If you're watching the video show on YouTube or iTunes right now, you will see Jessie Wiseman decked out in pine cone earrings. A light up necklace.
I've got a couple of raw from the wild pine cones that I picked.
Those are nice.
You've got a couple as well on your side.
You made me a necklace.
I put that on your neck, and you said, "What is happening?"
I said, "This is what we do. It is Pine Cone Day." And for those of you who might have popped in later on the show or don't listen every day, there was an episode where we told the audience that we lie to our children and make up a holiday every year.
Well, that we wanted to make traditions because we literally have no lineage.
Yeah.
And so we're like, well, what's something we could do every year that will be like our thing? That kids will remember. The kids will remember. Old Jimmy Tree Legs.
Yep. So it's the legend of old Jimmy Tree Legs, and on Pine Cone Day, he delivers pine cones throughout the land to all of the good boys and girls.
Yep. If you're really good, you get a big spiky one.
Yeah.
If you're really good, you get the one like you have. It hurts a little bit. I did hurt myself picking that one up. And that's if you're real good.
Yeah.
And then we hide them around the house.
Yep. Just we invite the children, we paint them, we paint the pine cones, hide them all over the house. And then go find the spiky pine cone, kids.
Whoever draws blood.
Yep. Wins.
Yep. And that is our tradition.
Because what we're trying to prove here, or what we've been talking about over the months, is we're slowly losing the history of America. Yeah. Columbus Day, which is your favorite holiday, is now Indigenous Peoples Day for a lot of people. Kwanzaa,
and some people,
Kwanzaa became a thing a few years back, where it's just like, oh, sweet.
And places are still open on Columbus Day, which makes me mad. Do you know what I mean? Like they're slowly making it like not even a thing.
Yeah.
The whole everything used to shut down back in the day.
Yeah, it did.
You know, it was Columbus Day.
Yeah.
No school, no bank, no post office.
Nope. Now it's Indigenous People Day, and we don't give a shit about you anymore. So we're creating our own holiday. It's called Pine Cone Day. And it's December 16th, and it's old. My kids are just waiting for old Jimmy Tree Legs to come shuffling down the tree.
And he's just as terrifying as you would think, right?
Yep. Yeah.
He's not
very sharp and
kind
prickly.
Of almost like a Slender Man type of vibe.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Very like coming from the shadows. You're going to say you saw him. Your parents won't believe you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Daddy, I saw Jimmy Tree Legs.
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
No, I swear he was at my window. Yeah, right. Go back to sleep. He took my brother, please.
Please, just go back to sleep. Jimmy Tree Legs doesn't exist.
He would never.
Yeah. If I have to come into your room one more time and open your closet door to show you that there's no Jimmy Tree Legs, you're not going to get any soup for dinner.
Right.
No pine cone soup for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of that.
Yeah.
You know?
A lot of that around the house.
A lot of that. And the kids love it, don't they?
boy.
Oh.
It's their favorite holiday.
It's their favorite holiday. We spook them, and then we tell them, do not come and get us if you're scared. You know what I mean? It's like it's a building. It's a character building. It's all kinds of stuff that they just love. No toys involved. No good food.
Teachable moment.
Yeah, just a lot of life lessons and just learning how to fight your demons at a really young age. And so we love it. Yeah. Right?
It's a fun thing. My second youngest and we go out in the yard and throw a pine cone back and forth to each other. We have a catch with a pine cone.
Newborn?
No, the second youngest.
The second youngest.
It's the 4-year-old.
Oh, okay.
The newborn would be the youngest. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
And so wouldn't it just be your
oldest?
The oldest?
Could be. I prefer second youngest. But that's.
It sounds like we have 3 kids, and then that made me really uncomfortable. But no. Okay,
we definitely don't.
Second youngest.
I mean, if you look at it though, I would say that we are almost the foster parents of Jimmy Treelegs. So.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. You know, we're the only ones who really look after him.
Oh, Jimmy Treelegs.
Oh, won't you come for me? I can't. I'm hiding in the tree.
But Jimmy, we need your pine cones.
For what?
Nobody knows. Jimmy.
Whatever do you do with pine cones?
No one knows, Jimmy. Old Jimmy Treelegs.
He just comes shuffling down the tree with his pine cone feet, you know?
Just a real, you know what it is like? It's like those blowy men in front of the car dealerships. Blowy man.
Yeah, the old blowy man.
That's what they're called, no?
Nah, I think so. I think when you buy them at the Home Depot, they say, "Oh, are you guys here for the blowy man?"
Blowy man?
Yeah, that's going to be aisle 19.
Or are you here for the blowy?
Yeah, man. Come up, man. It's your call.
Hey, you're at Home Depot.
Yep.
We have 2 things.
Everybody's working for the weekend.
we have 3 things.
Yeah.
We have paint,
blowy man,
and
a blowy man. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Your choice.
How'd you like to take your pants off, lie down on that wheelbarrow, and get a nice blowjob? You know?
Whoa, yeah.
Whoa, yeah. I mean, I guess
they're never that direct. But
then I'll wheel you over to the paint aisle afterwards.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Because those are the only things we have. Gosh, it's been
James, you've been waiting for this day for a long time.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love traditions, you know? I love family.
What kind of pie are you making tonight? The pine cone pie?
The pine cone pie, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Still real sharp, real jagged.
Sharp, and I'm not sure if it's poisonous or anything like that. We'll find out. You know what I mean? After we eat it.
That's the mystery.
That's the mystery, and that's the fun of it. You know what I mean? It's like, are you going to live? I don't know. If you live to see Jimmy Treelegs, you win too. So I don't know how poisonous it is, but yeah, a little pine cone pie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Little pine cone pie, little pine cone soup.
Yep.
We start off with that.
Oh yes.
We put a little pine cone on our steaks. Mm-hmm. Little. What do you call the crispy stuff you put on steaks?
The crispy stuff.
Yeah, you know how you make it crispy across the top with that seasoning. You know, that dry rub.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, but we do that with pine cones. It's a nice pine cone dry rub.
Yes.
On our steaks. We
mortar and pestle.
Yeah, there it is.
We mortar and pestle it up.
There we go. That's what I was looking for.
To crush the pine cones. Then we dust that on the steak. Makes it completely inedible. But gosh, if we just don't love tradition. It's like kugel.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Does anyone really like kugel? No, but it's their tradition, so you make it every year. You know what I mean? A lot of that gross-ass food.
Yeah, kugel.
It's been passed down.
What made you think of kugel?
It's like a Jewish.
Yeah, I know.
There's Hanukkah going on.
Oh, Chanukah. That's right. Chanukah is going on, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know when that starts or when it ends. I know it's 8 crazy nights, but that's about it. Yeah. Pine cone is only one day, so it's not that hard to forget.
Yeah. And we're working to be recognized in the same way that Hanukkah kind of fought for their
Well, here's the thing. As a kid growing up, As a kid growing up, I knew about Hanukkah, obviously. I knew about Christmas. Kwanzaa was not a thing.
Right.
I want to say like somewhere around high school, like the end of, that period of time where I was just like, oh, the Kwanzaa thing started popping up where it was like, no, we celebrate Kwanzaa. And it was just like, oh, you do. Are you from Africa? Like still? Or is that what we're doing? Because I don't give a fuck about what
I know you don't.
I don't care.
This is what started the whole Jimmy Trig Legs tradition is because
never
you were
been
like,
there.
I'm white.
I've
I
never
don't
been
care.
there. But I've never been there. I've never been to Ireland. I will go out and get fucked up on St. Patrick's Day just like everybody else. I have no idea what St. Patrick did with the snakes or, something with potato famine. I don't care. I'm white. He's white. I don't care. I don't give a shit.
The whole recognizing of Hanukkah is kind of funny because in the Jewish tradition, or Jewish religion, it's not really that big of a deal.
Really?
But it was a thing of like, we were doing Christmas and then we're like, oh yeah, Jews, you have something going on now, right? And they're like, well, yeah, it's like Hanukkah. It's like, and they like, we made it a bigger deal. And they were like, oh, okay, I guess. Like, it's not really like their biggest thing.
Right. It's probably Rosh Hashanah, right? Isn't it?
And like, all those other ones that the agents take off for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yom Kippur and all that other.
And by the way, for the insider people here in Hollywood, that the agencies and agents in Hollywood and New York take off every holiday you could imagine.
But the week before, the week after, and then 2 more weeks
and
after
the Jewish
that.
holidays, forget it. And every time I couldn't get a call back or an email or whatever, it'd be like, man, it's got to be.
Oh, it's
got to be a Jewish holiday, and it was. Or it was like, oh, we've got to be out of here by sundown, or Shabbat or Shalom. What I don't know.
Well,
Shabbat Shalom. I don't know anything about the Jewish religion
Shabbat
whatsoever.
Shalom, whatever.
All I know is this: my agents, my lawyers, and my managers were always gone, and they would always be like, oh, hey, it's this thing, and it was just like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck that is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And I don't expect you to know anything that I cared about, or
no,
probably because I didn't care about anything. So it's just like
I mean, it's sort of like taking back the thing of like, we really do take off a lot of time for Christmas. Like in my mind, I'm off. Do you know what I mean?
You're done. Yeah.
Well, by now it's like I'm starting to eat bad. I'm like, I want to meet people for holiday drinks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, done.
Yeah.
Like let's just get to the vacation.
Get to the end of the year. Yeah.
I can't do any big work.
Sure.
I'll be out of the office.
Yeah.
Why do you even want me in the office? You should be with your family. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you should be home too. So, I'm already a lot of people mentally checked out.
A lot of people have 2-week vacations, and they save up all their days for the end of the year, and then they bounce to the end of the year. So I understand that as well.
Yeah.
Hollywood shuts down for an entirely different reason, just out of pure, unadulterated, raw laziness.
Any excuse.
Yeah. So Hollywood will shut down usually around the 15th of every year, and they don't open up. I mean, don't even think about going back to the office until January 6th. Every year. And it was just like,
and you're an overachiever if you're there on the 6th.
100%.
You're like, wow, he's really
he's on it.
Working
Holy
hard on
shit.
He came in at noon.
Yeah.
On the 6th.
Yeah, exactly. and then Hollywood is there for about a week. Right. And then they all go to Sundance. And then you will not see them for another 12 days. They really don't start doing work until February 1st, if you want to be honest about it. So you can pretty much nuke out December 15th through February 1st.
It's true.
So therefore, we're creating our own holiday. Monday, don't even fucking bother to call me for shit. I am pine cone daying my ass off. That is my day.
Yep.
That is my day to get poisoned. That is my day to go have a catch with my kids.
With the spiky
pine cone.
To draw blood, to
all of
fight demons. And so we won't be able to mentally come back, do you know what I mean? And really be there. And that's kind of how it feels, right? Where it's like, I can come back, like in Hollywood, right? But I'm not mentally going to be there until, like New Year's Day, right? Like,
sure.
No. Or even the day after that. I need to mentally come back from even New Year's Day.
Yeah.
Recovering from New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And so if you want my best, if you want me 100, you're going to have to give me like another week after that. And so that's what it feels like there.
Sure.
Where it's like, they'll make a call.
Yeah.
But there's no signing of contracts or any real stuff.
None of that. And that's the beauty of Pinecone Day.
Right.
So again, Monday, there will be this show up, obviously.
Right.
Because we deliver for the people. But Don't bother texting, calling, messaging, nothing. It is Pinecone Day all day. We go from midnight to midnight, and we make the kids stay up too for a full 24 hours.
And like, we're not going to go 100% on this show either. Do you know what I mean? Because it is our holiday. So it's like the Today Show when they like have to work on like a holiday and they're just like all getting drunk and messing up and they're not really there. Yeah. They're just bodies to like, so that it's not a dark.
My favorite is when we go outside at night because like the kids get tired from not sleeping for 24 hours and we go outside and just start.
At first it's fun for them, huh?
Yeah,
And then they start to.
And then it's almost like a waterboarding thing.
Right,
where we go out and bang on their windows with pine cones and tree branches.
You didn't see him.
Yeah.
And it's
wake up.
Yeah, it's just a cycle of that.
Wake up.
Yeah. A lot of that. Which is so fun, again, for us.
Yeah.
So
if you're at home right now and you're celebrating Pinecone Day as well, happy Pinecone Day to you.
I mean, please send me a picture as well.
I'm having a little pinecone juice right now.
Oh, good luck. We may not
very sappy.
See you tomorrow.
Very sappy.
It's sticky.
It's a sugary drink.
It's a sticky drink. It's sweeter than I thought.
Some might say that it's going to cause my tongue to stick to the roof of my mouth, but that's Pinecone Day.
And that's the fun of it, right? Gosh, you never know like what's going to happen to you.
You don't, but we know that there is sponsors on Pinecone Day because even though this is our holiday, unfortunately, our sponsors do not recognize it. So.
Sure, I know. And that's something that we're working towards getting this more recognized. But time being, they do not.
They don't recognize it. No. So we're going to make them recognize it. The first one is blackriflecoffee.com. You know what goes with a nice cup, a nice warm mug of Black Rifle coffee? A pine cone. What you want to do is you want to fill it up 3/4 of the way. Your coffee mug, and then just
right in.
Bloop. Drop that pine cone right in. Have it resting right in there.
Yeah.
And then you drink around it with your mouth.
I didn't want to mess up my coffee.
You're going to get a couple scrapes on your lips and above your lips and all that stuff, probably, on your chin as well. But it's well worth it. And that's, again, nothing goes with a cup of Black Rifle coffee like a nice pine cone on a day like this. I know, because it's chilly out. There's a nip in the air, and you're like, oh, yes. I could really go for a warm cup of coffee and a pine cone. Mm-hmm. Yeah, congratulations. Now you can do that at blackriflecoffee.com. Pine cones are sold separately there, so you're going to have to get those on your own or pick those up somewhere else. Black Rifle Coffee is not selling pine cones. So,
no, again, they are not recognizing Pinecone Day.
So if you go to blackriflecoffee.com, type in the promo code REVOLUTION for 20% off. That's gonna get you the coffee. The pea cones you're gonna have to get on your own. So
yeah,
just a reminder. I don't want anybody saying, "Hey,
I couldn't find the pine cone link."
I was on blackriflecoffee.com. They weren't offering any pine cones with their coffee. This seems confused. Strange. Yeah. Well, sorry. Someday they'll step up their game and recognize it. Mm-hmm. Next up, we've got ghostbed.com/drinking bros. Ooh, that's nice, isn't it? Ooh, yes. Sleep so good, it's scary. With a ghost bed, I will say this. It's already got the word ghost in the title, so you know who's sleeping on that big guy.
Jimmy Treelegs.
Jimmy, this is Jimmy's bed.
Yeah, we rehearsed this. And
this is Jimmy's bed.
Yeah, we are nailing it.
So if you're wondering what Jimmy Treelegs sleeps in, like the other 364 days of the year, it's a nice ghost bed. Is what it is.
Yep.
I looked at their website last night because, again, they do recognize Pinecone Day.
Yeah.
So it's the official mattress of Jimmy Treelegs.
Mm-hmm. He sets it up in a moving container in Panama and stays there until
December 16th every year. So they've partnered up with Jimmy Treelegs for all of the rest of his life. And so you're good on that. Mm-hmm. Their bundle packages are amazing, by the way. On Pinecone Day, they're offering a special $500 off a bundle package, $300 off a mattress, and free pillows. The beauty of it, as you know, ghostbed.com/drinking bros always does during Pinecone Day, is They honor it.
Yeah.
They honor it. And they have a pay-as-you-go plan, 36 months, no interest, 0.
That's really hardcore.
Yeah. So is Jimmy Tree Legs.
I would get so much shit, like, if it was no interest for that long.
Crazy, right?
With
Crazy.
a payment plan.
Love them. Big fan of ghostbed.com/Drinking Bros. Next up, we got a little StrikeForceEnergy.com. Strikeforce Energy is the premier energy drink in the biz. Fun fact, it's as sticky as a pine cone.
Oh, it's the sap.
Yeah. If you pour some on your hands, it's a lot like the sap from a pine cone. Do you see a theme today? On Pea Cone Day.
A tradish. I cannot put my finger on it, but it will come to me.
Yeah. They've got 4 amazing flavors: lemon, original, orange, and Make America Grape Again. Big fan of StrikeForceEnergy.com. Love all of their works. And it's a perfect stocking stuffer. You can go to StrikeForceEnergy.com, get a subscription of the month, which we all have, or get some of these tasty little boxes for Christmas. Use the promo code REVOLUTION at StrikeForceEnergy.com for 20% off, and that's good every time. Last but not least, we've got StraightRazors.com.
Ooh, that's a clean cut, smooth.
That's too long, James.
You like it, Jimmy?
Damn it.
Hey, Jimmy!
Oh, God.
Oh, you like it.
Oh, that's too long.
You like it spicy, boy.
I actually had to tell you that was too long that time. Hey,
you did.
That's too
long.
And
I did not listen.
I looked at you rubbing the edge of that glass.
You thought it was going to be a lot longer.
Yeah. Boy, that was loud. Somebody did write in yesterday and said, Jabe's got me. That was a fucking loud one.
Got you.
Yeah.
Where you listen? If you listen with headphones, it will.
Yeah.
It really will, and I am sorry.
He was a welder, and so he listens on the job, and he goes, dude, I got blasted out of my thing, but I did die laughing. He could have welded off somebody's leg.
Do I need to stop?
No, we don't. I love it. We also don't need to stop with Pine Cone Day. StraightRazors.com is the easiest way to cut down pine cones out of a tree. Because you want to make sure they keep their shape. You want to make sure they keep their shape.
Sure.
But you also want to do it pretty dangerously. So,
right.
You give your kids a straight razor and you tell them, hey, kids, go out and cut down your own pine cone. You're of age now.
Oh, God.
You're 3 years old. You're of age now.
Oh, no.
StraightRazors.com. Best in the biz, shaving kit-wise. Somebody bought that Smolder. Somebody hit us up yesterday and said, yo, dude, I bought the fucking Smolder beard
nice.
oil. And I was like, shit. That's the best. I don't know what that scent is. I love it. I use it. I use their aftershave every day. Obviously, with this huge ass mustache, this thing is growing in nice, by the way.
It really is thick and glorious.
I use the mustache wax on this. Obviously, I use the straight razors. If you're worried about using a straight razor, they have a safety razor. Go bug fuck. Get yourself a kit. Get your loved ones a kit for Pine Cone Day. Go to straightrazors.com. Type in the promo code REVOLUTION for 20% off, and that's good. That's good all the time as well. While you're out there on the interwebs,
sorry.
Grab a copy of At Night She Cries While He Rides His Steed, and When Darkness Falls, He Doesn't Catch It. Those are great stocking stuffers, paperback, hardback, and they're offering a deal at Amazon now because they were dicks earlier in the year. Or you can get the audiobook.
For it.
Yeah, you can get the audiobook.
Greg bought it and sent me a picture.
Really?
He said, you're right. It's perfect for Greg. So any Greg, buy it for a Greg in your life because I know there is one. Think.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Think about a Greg.
I know one.
I do too. I've got a cousin Greg.
I'm going to have to get one for the Greg in our life. So.
Who's the Greg in our life?
There's a Greg at like the kid's school or something.
Oh, he's not going to wear mustache wax. Is he?
No, but
does the kid have a mustache of that length?
It's not just for mustache. Like, you can get them straight razor shit, like grooming.
Yeah. For the 4-year-old kid?
I'm saying the dad, man.
Oh.
Let's move on. And also, are we going to keep
Let's not move
Are
on.
we going to keep with the Jimmy Tree Legs thing the whole time?
Oh, the whole thing.
Oh,
We're going all pine cone show.
Okay, let's go.
You ready?
Sure.
Top 10. No, let's go 13. Let's go 13. I'm just making up numbers now. Let's go 13 things you've never known about pine cones. You ready? You wanted it, James. This is what you came for, baby.
I just wanted a tradition for my family.
We're going for it, baby. This is what you came for.
Okay. What?
Pine cones are the official Maine state flower. I didn't know pine cones were a flower. I mean, when you think of flowers, you think of something colorful, lovely, delicate, not a hard, brown, woody, grenade-shaped object with sharp, sticky scales. So are pine cones technically flowers? No. Actually, they're not, which makes them the only official state flower that are not flowers at all. What's up with Maine, dude? Like, why did that's their state flower? Like, I know, for example, Florida is the fleur-de-lis, right?
Mm-hmm.
I believe North Carolina is azaleas.
Yes.
Yeah. So what's the a pine cone for Maine? It's not a flower.
Who's poppies? Is
Is
that California?
Ozark.
No, but
Missouri.
Missouri?
Great state of Missouri.
I don't know.
Baby girl.
Stop.
Baby girl. You love when I give you my one-word Ozark impression of the dad, of Ruthie's dad. God. Baby girl. Come here, baby girl. So, Maine, get your shit together because pine cone's not a flower, my man. You know, move on with your life. I've never been to Maine. Have you?
No.
That's I've been to.
That seems like if you're not
I
from there and you don't have family.
I've been to like 48, 42 states now, and Maine is not one of them. I've not been to Maine. Not been to Alaska. Haven't been to Idaho, either of the Dakotas or Montana. I think there's like one more. That's about it. But I've never been to Maine. I don't know what the fuck they're doing there. Pick a flower, Holmes. Maybe it's too cold and they just can't grow flowers, and they're like, fuck it.
There you go.
Just give us a pine cone.
It can't be like a stump.
Number 2 on this list for Pine Cone Day.
Please.
Pine cones were a dinosaur delicacy. Did you know that?
No.
I didn't either. So today, pine cones are prized food sources for squirrels, woodpeckers, crossbills. But about 60 million years ago, Jabes, they were a favorite meal of the Parasaurolophilus. Yep, that's probably a real dinosaur.
Yes.
Sounds real, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they were just snacking on pine cones, and I get all that. I get all that.
Sure.
The popes in other cultures, number 3, they worship pine cones. Images of the Mayan god Chicomacaore. Isn't that? That's my Spanish is really good, isn't it?
Oh, is it Spanish?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, Mayan, yeah.
Chicomacaore.
Mm-hmm.
Good. I think you had a little tilde on the end of that too. They're often depicting offering of the pine cones in one hand to the other. So obviously, if it dates back to it dates back to 1224 BC. Obviously, pine cones are a big deal.
What is this?
Big deal, Jabes. This is just the 13 things you never knew about pine cones on Pine Cone Day. You want to get pregnant? Number 4.
Oh, no.
Place a pine cone under your pillow. This trick worked for ancient Celtic women who believed in pine cones as a symbol of fertility. There's nothing like sleeping on a pine cone, is there?
Gosh.
Putting it right underneath
it'll just get the loins. The loins going. Awaken the loins.
The other one, number 5, the pineal gland, which is the center of your brain, is named after a pine cone because of its shape, Jabes. You're welcome. Yeah, you wanted to go pine cone today. We're pine coning our dicks off. Oh, can you not do pine cones anymore? Are you checking out?
Let's do it.
Some pine cones can actually nourish you. Number 7.
I worry about the audience. Oh, okay, so not poison you. They nourish you.
Hey, number 8. Pine cones are a fucking dark roast specialty for coffee. So
really,
yeah. Look, you're welcome.
Okay, so
for that.
not poisonous. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah. Pine cones. as you know them, are actually the only female of the species. You're welcome. You're welcome for that. Scandinavians love pine cones. God, they got cone cows over there. They got sticks for legs. They do a whole fucking thing over there, which sounds nice.
They do a whole fucking thing over there, huh?
Yeah. And then, look, we'll round this out. We'll skip ahead, but there's a lot of pine cone arts that go on and whatnot. So pretty proud of all that. Our kids are always sticking them to shit, like at arts and crafts,
Yeah.
As like bodies and things like that.
I'm sure that's where it came from. Or they'll like paint them. Pine cones are really making a resurgence, which is why I think we picked it.
Yeah. Huh?
They're back in.
I feel,
you know what I mean?
I feel good about that.
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
I was looking at like deaths or events that have happened on December 16th.
Right.
Just nothing really good.
No? Nothing on Pinecone Day. Any celebrity birthdays on Pinecone Day?
I mean, let's see.
You'd have to type it in. You know that, right?
No, I'm on it.
By the way, there's an interesting stat that just dropped today that I found pretty fascinating.
Please.
Trump's approval rating is exactly the same point for point as Obama's during this time in his presidency. That just got released today.
That's been kind of like a trend, though, right? Where it's like a good thing to remind people, like, hey, Obama did this. And you loved him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, right?
Strange.
Did the same thing.
Yeah. With all the media, you would have said to yourself, hey, man, this can't be real. But it is.
Yeah.
Man. And then fucking Richard Branson. There's been some massive stories dropping today.
Okay.
Richard Branson, Virgin Atlantic, is going to go to space. They're going to be the first ones to space with a tourism rocket.
Are they beating SpaceX?
Yeah. They're beating and Bezos.
What's up with SpaceX? They're just like hemorrhaging money or what?
No, I think they're trying to do bigger and bigger things rather than just travel people up and down to space.
Okay.
That's my guess on it. But they're also trying to oust, they're trying to, look, the SEC is after Elon Musk right now. For money and shit like that. Like, again, that tweet.
I thought it was to find out he was a robot.
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
okay.
But that tweet really, sent shockwaves of we're going private, and the head of a company just really can't do that in the middle of the night on acid on a Friday night.
Gosh, it's sad that you can't, but.
I know. But old Dick Branson, dude, how much shit can this guy possibly do? He's an amazing human.
Is he? Yeah.
I think so. And I was sad, and we talked about this when they shut down the Virgin Airlines. Those were the best.
They were, but what was it? It was just too expensive, no? Or they weren't going to enough places? Like, why wouldn't you fly Virgin everywhere?
They weren't going to enough places. Okay. But, you remember, when we would go from LA to New York, if we couldn't get that Virgin flight, I would fucking rage against the machine.
Right.
Because even Coach on Virgin, if you had to do it, was great.
Great. Neon lights, it's a party.
They make you shut the windows where you're just like, great, dude. And
please.
And they had, pink lights in there. You could order shit from your seat, and they would just bring it to you.
TV,
food,
personal
drinks.
TV,
hey, just swipe your fucking card. You're good to go, and then somebody will show up, so you don't have to wait for the drink cart.
So
coming down the aisles. That guy just does shit right across. Old Big Dick Branson does shit right across the board. But yeah, they said they're ready to go, man, and they think they'll have it up next year. They're going to try to fly higher than 50 miles. Shit, that's crazy. That's fucking crazy. Would you do it?
No.
My dad, that's my dad's dream.
To go to space.
Go to space, yeah. That's all he wants to do, is go to space.
It's a lot of people's dream, but...
just to see it once. That's all he keeps talking about, is to see it one time. And that's his bucket list item where he's just like, man.
You know what? That's when I would do it.
Really?
When I'm that age.
65?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when I would do it.
All right. Well, I mean, by then, look, this shit should be pretty
for sure
commonplace at that point where you're just like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
I think if I remember correctly, when they were putting these things out, you had to reserve it, and it was $250,000 down. Whoa, did you lose a pine cone?
It's bad luck. You know what I have to do with it? Eat it.
Lost the pine cone off your necklace.
Oh, no.
Mid-show, James.
Okay.
You know what that means?
Horrible luck. 7 years.
48, actually.
48 years bad luck if you lose a pine cone.
A mirror is 7, but for pine cone day, if you lose a pine cone off your necklace, that's 49 years of bad luck.
Well, I'm going to be in my head for the rest of the show.
Well, the next 49 years of your life, James.
That's what I'm thinking about. So that's the only thing that's going to be on my mind now. So if you ask me if I'm going to space, not now. That thing will go down with my luck because of the pine cone.
Excuse me, weren't you the pine cone lady who lost the pine cone?
You're not getting on this flight. We're not going down for your fucking bad luck. I think I'm just not ready to like tick things off the bucket list yet. Do you know what I'm saying?
Of that great of risk? Is that what you're saying?
That great of risk, or I just think in general, is that weird?
No.
I'm not thinking of bucket list things right now. Like I don't have that feeling like I need to.
Okay.
Like I'm very much, I think it's probably having like a baby and like 2 kids at this point and like a business and stuff. Like I am so just in this moment right now.
Right.
It's the only way to like get through. But I think maybe at some point, I'll start being like, all right, well, what do I want to do? What are things I want to do before I go?
Sure.
Right?
And is space one of them?
No.
It's not.
It's not one that I'm...
Like a big one. I would like to do it, I think.
I would like them to work out a lot of the kinks before
they will.
go
They will.
up.
Look, if you're going to wait, until you're in your 60s, you got a long goddamn time.
I want it to be like how
you have 30 fucking
air
years
travel is
that.
now.
Yeah.
Unless you're in Singapore, you're fine. Do you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like unless you're flying some kind of Asian airline, you're not going to crash. Do you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
At this point.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I want them to get. Gosh, they just can't get it together over there, huh? They just keep losing planes and.
Well, that's Malaysia. So.
But all that whole it's always some kind of area.
I trust the Singapore Air. I heard it's really nice. I heard those are the best flights. It's the ones where that's like you get a full fucking bed and all that other shit. It's like I heard that Singapore one's the best one.
But it goes down.
No, the Malaysian one does.
Oh, there was just another one.
Is that Singapore Airlines?
Something, yeah.
James, your hatred for the Asian culture and community,
I just like lump them all together.
You lump them all together. It's like white people. They all look alike. You know? They all look alike.
I love that Harvard doesn't really let them in anymore.
White people?
Asians.
That's not true.
It is true.
Really?
Yeah, there's like a whole lawsuit now against.
No way.
The new affirmative action of.
You know what's funny is UCLA. So living in Los Angeles all of those years, we did a lot. Like surprisingly, a lot of premieres and shit are on UCLA campus. They use all of those theaters. Yep. So actually, that's where I went to see your movie.
That was a trek for you.
It was.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. And I was in the theater in Westwood, and I was just like, all right, cool. They had a really cool independent theater, and then there's a bunch of gorgeous theaters around, and they hold, I would say, 70% of the premieres in Hollywood, actually in Westwood on UCLA's campus. And every time I went there, it was all Asian.
Yep.
Man.
So basically that's kind of what was happening with Harvard, because as much as I dislike, I do recognize that they are really
the smartest culture.
Really smart,
in
and
India,
their parents really beat into them that they have to be
Yep.
Smart and driven and all of this. So the new lawsuit that's, I'm sure it's other ones too, but specifically Harvard, is that they're finding all these applications of these Asians that like got in, and they're reading why they got in. And they're like allowing them to open up their packet basically. And they're seeing all of this stuff. Like they're not the typical Asian. Like we can let this one in. They don't have a tiger mom. They are not timid.
What's a tiger mom?
Tiger mom is what they call Asian mothers, which is like this like tyrant. Like they basically push you to where they want you to be. And so the Asian kid is sitting there like, yeah, I can get in. Do I want to fucking be here? Not really. So they have no like personality of their own. So they do these alumni interviews to get them in. So that's like the last step. It's like you apply and blah, blah, blah. And then the last step is an alumni from your town or wherever comes and sits with you, has coffee, something like this, and then writes I think it's 5 pages on why you shouldn't or why you should get in. And so they basically opening up all these packets found that these alumni were told to kind of weed out the Asians that were like, I think it's like shy, timid, no personality, tiger mom.
Really?
Like all these things. And they would say tiger mom. And they're also like, they don't want their school, and this is why they're in a lawsuit, to be overrun by Asians, because they're just so fucking smart. You can't deny, like, yeah, you should fucking be here, but do we want like a whole Asian campus? And it's the same way with how it was with white people, right? So they were like, no, we don't want it to be all white either.
Well, yeah, because
if you're going to spectrum,
if you're going to end affirmative action, it's got to be for all races. So therefore, look, Asians would probably be the only ones getting into Harvard. It's
like the curve, right?
Yeah.
So they're like messing up the curve in that they're just like, now they need to have affirmative action for white people.
What do you do on that? Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? What do you do on what?
I know. But what do you do on that? Because I think Trump passed the thing where he's effectively ending affirmative action, or trying to at least. And, if you do that, you have to do it for all races. So yes. I don't know what you do in that situation, because look, Asian kids are smarter than everyone else.
Smarter, driven. They have more extracurricular stuff. I mean, the shit that tiger moms make them do it. And this is like,
I actually don't find
I'm into it.
I don't actually find this as a bad thing. And I don't know that Harvard should change, because look, if they're here, born here, living here, all that stuff,
and that's what they're
imagine their contribution to society versus, somebody.
Well, they're not letting them in.
I know.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is they should. Like, if you're gonna stop that because you don't want your college overrun by Asians, like, end it across the board for every school. Just end affirmative action.
Of course, you're into it.
You have to, I think. Because here's the value I find.
Sorry, but white kids have no fucking chance.
Yeah, but they have chances in other things, and here's why I say this.
True.
Every doctor I've had, dentist, all that other shit, Asian, great.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? There's certain segments of the culture who do things better than everyone else. That'd be like saying, hey, we need to start putting more white people in the NBA. They're just not good enough.
Right. You're right.
So with Asians, hey, man, if white kids aren't good enough to beat the Asians to get in, fuck it.
I just think the point is to not have one race in your school. So it's like, whether it's white, whether it's all black, whether it's all Asian, whatever, you want like a mix.
But then you're taking dumber people.
Not necessarily dumber people. Like, if you're, dumber than a fucking Asian, like, that's not fucking hard, dude. Hey. So again, this is how they're weeding them out. Is so they're making the personality portion of their application more important than the academic. So of course, the fucking the personable football player, white kid, whatever, is gonna like pass.
We'll crush that. Yeah.
So that's how, what's happening with the lawsuit and everything is basically is that they're switching but again, it's like they can do whatever they want until some kind of like laws are passed, but or if this lawsuit actually goes through and they have to pay a bunch of fucking money and change shit or whatever. But
yeah.
Do I want to go to school with a bunch of Asians? You bet your ass I don't, but you wouldn't mind.
It depends on where you want to go to school. So
I'm partly joking. Obviously, everybody knows that.
Obviously, if you listen to the show for a long time, she's kidding. But I partially agree with that, and I don't. I look back. There was a school. So I got a bunch of football scholarships out of high school, right? One of them that I wasn't really keen on playing unless it was for a huge program or something Ivy League, right? There was a school called Colgate, which is a fringe Ivy League school, and it was this great school. It's a fucking amazing school.
Everybody's teeth is...
Yeah. Nailed it, James.
Nailed it. Boom. Gosh, that was a good one.
You go to a school like Colgate, and congratulations, you're pretty much set in this life.
Okay.
So I had given that some serious consideration. I had the grades to get in.
Okay.
I did not have the SATs. So we had chatted with them back and forth a few times, and they said, hey, man, retake the SATs to get it up to this number.
Do you just not test well?
I did not. So I did not test well
that means you're dumb.
in the SATs. No, look, everything else, grade-wise, like actual schoolwork.
No, I know that
phenomenal, but
somebody's bit, but was like,
oh, it is. Well,
I can paint really well. I just can't like do the actual like brush strokes. Do you know what I mean? But I can paint awesome. But anyway, go ahead.
So with that being said, I ended up taking the SATs 3 times, and I could not achieve this score.
That's like a white person. I took mine. That's a white person thing.
So, but
it
it got to. But then it got to. Hey, well, we also accept the ACTs, right? Go in and take the ACTs. And I went in and took that. I did better than I did at the SATs, but I was still like a full, because I think the CTs were like, I think your high score is like 36 or 38, right? And I think I had maybe gotten it to like a 26. Like I was still probably 8 points off of that fucking thing. And although I was disappointed because it would have been an amazing education and to go there and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
I remember even thinking as a 12th grader, like, fuck, I'm still just not smart enough. Like, not smart enough to go to that school, and I don't deserve it. So right. I never really gave it any thought, and it never bothered me the rest of my life. The one that did was University of Georgia, where, I didn't get in there and I graduated with honors, and that was my home state. And I grew up there my entire life, and I was like, "What?" I think
there's a lot more value to leaving your state, though.
I do too, but what had happened at the time was one of my beef fries was black in high school, and he got in. We compared. He was like a 2.0 student, had worse SATs than me, and he got in, and I was just like, "All right, motherfucker, cool, enjoy it," and.
But it really worked out for you, and it was better for you to go.
It was 100%. But that's not the point. Like, no, I know that is where I'd wanted to go to school.
I'm just saying the story is not bad.
It's not a bad story, but this is a diversity story about what happens with affirmative action and all that stuff. And it's like, I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is. If you want people to be diverse just for the sake of it, cool. But like, if you're looking at people to actually change the world and do stuff, because let's face it, if you're going to Harvard, you have a better shot at changing the world. Something you're going to do in your profession is going to change the world. Yeah. Most athletes, musicians, actors, artists, all that other stuff, it's not really a school thing. If you're good enough to play baseball for the major leagues, 90% of them you get drafted out of high school.
Yeah.
NBA. One and done. All you have to do is go to 1 year of college. Boom, you can get drafted. You don't have to get a degree. NFL, same thing. 3 years or by the age 20, you can go. You don't have to finish school, and that's it. So, fuck. I don't know what the right answer is for that. Do you want a smarter culture and give the people what they've actually earned in this life, or do you want a diverse culture where
Here's my thing. I like the personality portion being pretty high up there, because there are a lot of people that may be super smart, going into the field of maybe being a doctor or something like that, that are socially retarded.
Sure.
I put a lot of value on social intelligence because that's all I have.
I do not, and here's why. If I have a heart attack and somebody's got to do a triple bypass, I want that fucking Asian who went to Harvard to do it.
For sure.
I don't even give a fuck if that guy says 2 words to me. I don't care how personable he is, nothing. I just want to live. I just want to live, James.
In the world, I think more and more people are just like putting less importance on like a social intelligence.
You are, but then I would argue this. Here's my argument for that. Then go to fucking Arizona State. You're going to meet the most personable people on the planet and probably have the greatest time of your life.
Who do you want around? Like, who do you want in the world?
What do you mean?
Like, who do you want? Like, as world progresses, as these people from college come out and go into the world and are surrounding you in your life, sitting next to you at a movie theater, at a game, at a whatever. Like, who do you want around you?
Well, here's the thing. I'll tell you exactly why. So let's say the Asians for the doctors and all this stuff. I want all my Asians to be doctors.
And never hang out in the real world.
Nope.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. You go to a baseball game.
Interesting.
You can get drunk. You can fucking fuck shit up. You can get hit in the face with a foul ball. Whatever it is in this life. No. I want you doing pure science on me. And then going home, not really having a life, and then going back and doing that. That's the guy I trust with my heart in their hands.
Okay.
I
guess we're just talking about doctors.
No. We're not. Because we're going to go down the professions, right? Dentist? Yeah, absolutely. The Jewish community, they are the greatest, the best lawyers, the best at negotiating, the best agents, best managers I've ever had in my life. We're all Jewish, always. I don't know why. Like, I don't know why a religion is better at finances and other things than other religions. I have no idea why. But I can tell you this, having had non-Jewish people represent me or working on legal contracts or CPAs or anything like that,
they're not quite good enough.
They're not good enough. And I don't give a fuck about saying that. Like, congratulations. Like, give me my Jews. I love them. I love them across the board. Sure. Like, fuck, they're awesome at that. When you have your one specific thing, that's great, dude. That's fucking great. Now, if I'm going publicists or like power people in the world, like getting around, I want them to be gay. And that race, I don't care. Like, I don't care where you went to college.
Right.
But I definitely need you to be gay.
Sure.
You're going to throw a better party, and chances are you're going to know more people when I'm out. Mm-hmm. The best publicists and all that other shit, like entertainment-wise, just running the entertainment industry, should all be gay. They should all be like Andy Cohen.
True.
Us white people who are personable and shit like that, like,
we're just like big.
We're doing podcasts, things like
puppy
that.
dogs. Yeah.
We're doing exactly what we probably should be.
Golden retrievers,
NBA players, and all that other shit. Black. They're the best. They're the best athletes, winning gold medals, doing shit like that, like just dominating shit. My favorite music right now, like rap is dominating the game. I got to write to something. Mm-hmm. Give me fucking 90 Kanyes all goddamn day long. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I don't need another Nickelback on this planet. I need another Kanye though.
Sure.
So if we're dividing it by races and religions and all that shit, like it probably starts in college, and that's where you're going to learn.
I didn't want to, but you definitely wanted to do that. Yeah.
But that's where you want like everything in this world. Is there outliers? You bet. Absolutely. I had a white single publicist once who was kind of an introvert. Not kind of. She was a complete introvert. She ended up being a gangster at her job, but she was the only one. That was the only one I've ever met in this world. And it's just like, yes, there's going to be outliers in every profession. Basketball, there's a guy named Luka Doncic or Doncic, however you're pronouncing it.
Sure.
In that culture. I wish the Atlanta Hawks drafted him. He was going to be the superstar. The Dallas Mavericks did. He's a fucking superstar. Watching this guy play, he's like Dirk Nowitzki. Yeah, there's going to be a fucking outlier in everything. But, you know.
Like Detlef
Shrimp. Yeah.
What is
you a big Detlef Shrimp fan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
Yeah.
Huge Shrimp fan. Yeah. But that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't necessarily look at that as a bad thing. It's kind of like having a skilled trade or something like that. At least you have a path growing up that you think you want, or you know, that you can get in the family business and all that other shit. Because I also think that gives you a leg up in this world. Learning from your family. Looking back at my life now, like my with my stepdad, obviously growing a business out of his basement and garage and company and all that other shit, like that completely helped me in what I was doing. And even though it wasn't so much the family business, it was a family business,
right? And
I learned how to run a family business. And now in this day, you and I have a family business,
right?
With all these other projects we do,
was in
radio. So there is something to that. And, you know, whether or not you want to deny it or not, like, and you and I privately have had this conversation about denying where you came from or what you do. And you might always end up kind of like your parents.
Right.
You're right. Looking back on it now, if you would have told me I was going to have a radio show that would have, you know, between Drinking Bros and this 4.8 million listeners every single month, I would have told you were fucking insane. There's no way I was going to do what my father was going to do.
Right.
Now, I've become one of the very best at it, I think. And It was unintentional, but maybe not. Maybe looking back on it, it wasn't. So I don't know. And then looking forward to the future with colleges and stuff, I think you even need to go even more specific if you want to be honest about it. Because of the way technology is going and the way, I mean, there was a fucking story yesterday about, one of these robots in this factory. Because they're starting to slowly starting to put robots in these factories. He got impaled with a 10-foot spike by a robot. This other guy that was working with him, right? Sure. Because people aren't used to working with that type of technology yet. Yes. You know what I'm saying?
That's so scary.
And there's always going to be a thing like this. There is. But if you start children younger towards robotic fields and electronics and fucking all this other shit, internet and everything else, like, you can start dominating and making money earlier. That fucking Forbes list that came out 2 days ago, or 3 days ago, with those kids from YouTube who were making that money. Holy shit. If you would have, I was a precocious child like that.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. Like, I was a precocious child like that. If my parents, had the ability, or this YouTube was invented and I was able to do that shit.
Oh God.
Jesus Christ. I looked, so number one in the world was that kid who opens presents on YouTube. Mm-hmm. Is he Asian or Mexican?
They have a couple different ones, but he's I think Asian.
I think so, right? He opens up presents and that's it. Every single day he opens up a new present and plays with it. It's a toy or something. It's on YouTube. He's making $22 million a year. Number one on YouTube. Number two on YouTube, Jake Paul.
Yeah.
The Paul brothers. You know anybody that looks like the Jake Paul in our fucking family?
Right.
Our fucking child looks the blonde, blue hair,
Please don't be Jake.
No shit. But if you're looking at it saying, please don't be Jake Paul made 21.5 last year. Jake Paul doesn't have to do anything the rest of his life, and he's 20 years old probably. I mean, that's fucking insane.
Yeah.
So, his brother got him into it, was just like, yo, I'm making a bunch of money doing this. Right. Now I'm going to groom you to do this. Mm-hmm. That Paul brothers, that's a family fucking business right now.
What were their parents
remember the Cyruses?
Oh, yeah.
Miley, all those. That is a family fucking business. Like, I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. And, to put a bow on this little bonnet here, I don't think there's anything wrong with college specializing in, look, man, whoever's the smartest or whatever it's going to be, just do it, because it's going to help the world or United States in the long run.
Yeah. And you're right.
If you're gonna actually make a difference in the world and change it, you've got to start giving the best educations to the people that deserve it, and vice versa. Yes, could you force somebody in there and put him in there? I mean, fuck. Looking back on it now, even if I would have just skated in and just barely got into Colgate, right? Let's say I did pass that and got it on the thing, and they were like, "Great, you did it! Congratulations, welcome to Colgate." I remember how hard Ohio State was my first semester and my first year of college. I mean, I was teetering on the brink of failing out here and there because I wasn't used to it. And it was so much harder than, because Ohio State's a great school.
Yeah.
It was so much harder than high school. I can't imagine, looking back on it now, how much harder Colgate would have been than Ohio State. I don't know that I would have made it through a year, to be honest with you. So maybe yes.
And that kind of pressure and that kind of anxiety, I think would make you a different person.
Yes.
And I think that, going to college, yes, I want you to make a difference. Yes, I want you to, do well in classes. But if it was my kid, I would want you to also have a good time a little bit too.
Sure.
And not be freaking out the whole time or super, I give you fucking panic attacks and shit. So I don't know.
So, but if you're looking at the pressure and anxiety, who can handle that? The kid who had the tiger mom. Those fucking kids can handle it. So
totally.
Yeah.
Look, I don't have to worry about being anywhere near Harvard. So what the fuck am I talking about?
You never know.
I don't know.
And here's why I say you don't know, right? You look at Natalie Portman or fucking ScarJo and them who went and,
Claire Danes.
Yeah, Claire Danes and went to Harvard. Mm-hmm. No, you were famous and got into Harvard, you famous family or whatever. Mm-hmm. That still goes on at every school.
Oh, yeah.
So let's not kid each other. If we blow up and we're as big as Rogan, in 10 years or fucking or Stern, Stern and Robin in 10 years, And if he, one of our kids hey, I want to go to Harvard just to do it, I'm going to make that goddamn call.
Gosh, he would never say that, would he?
You never know. Look, I would have thought that
he's so cute, but he's not. He is not that bright.
But if you're famous, you make that call and you say, hey, look, you sit down.
He's okay.
You sit down. Look, you sit down with the dean and you have that combo and you say, look, here's the deal. I'm going to give you a lot of money. I'm going to be an awesome donor.
Right.
I'm going to show up, probably give a speech at one of these graduations for you. So it's gonna be laughter. It's gonna be fun and games the whole time.
They'll love it.
All you need to do is slide homeboy through. Make sure you get to 2.0 and that Harvard degree, and we're good to go.
Really gonna have to look the other way with this one, right? Just a lot of like, we get what he is. We don't care.
Yeah. No.
We want that fucking degree.
Yeah.
On our wall, we don't give it to him.
Yeah. No, we don't.
We don't let him have it.
No.
We have it at our house. Yeah. At our apartment in New York.
Yeah. It's a quick drive.
We have no place for him.
It's a quick drive over to Harvard. It is.
We have no place for him to sleep. As soon as they leave for college, we close down. There is no place for them to come back home.
Yeah.
We maybe have like a fold out in the apartment in New York. But they're going to have to get their own place. If they want to come for Christmas and stuff like that, they'll be staying in a hotel.
Sure.
Yeah, and they can come to the apartment and like do the Christmas and everything like that, but they will not stay there.
Yeah, no, not at all. Not at all. Last but not least, I want to talk about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Just announced right now.
Okay.
Who got in. And because we joked about this last year and we were like, yo, Radiohead didn't get in?
Yeah.
Remember that? And we were just what the fuck, Radio? They got in. Okay. I think enough people bitched, so
it was probably just us.
This is breaking right now. They just got in. No, a lot of people bitched. So
they're pretty revolutionary.
Radiohead got in. Janet Jackson.
Okay.
Stevie Nicks, which that's long overdue.
Dude.
Jesus Christ.
What the hell?
Def Leppard.
Okay.
Who I don't mind, man. If you go back.
Oh no.
Def Leppard's got a plethora of hits.
Dude, here I go.
Yeah. It's
going down the only road?
Nope.
No.
Not even close. Pour some sugar on me. Pour some sugar. There you go.
Def Leppard, huh?
Proud of you, Jabes. Proud of you.
I don't know how I feel about that.
And then The Cure is the other big name, which I can get down on it. Like I agree with The Cure.
They've been doing it long enough.
Yeah.
We can give it to them.
I think so, right?
Yeah.
So that's fine.
Yeah. You're okay with it?
I am actually. Okay. Like there isn't any, anybody on this list that I was just like, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
They deserve it. Who else is going in? Man, there's some big artists that are eligible too. Kraftwerk's coming up. Everybody always quotes Kraftwerk. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Every band in the history of time.
I don't know. Kraftwerk.
It's always the first one. For by the way, for rap. For everything, Kraftwerk. It's always fucking Kraftwerk.
Maybe I should give him a little listen.
Rage Against the Machine.
Shit.
LL Cool J. Definitely. These were the ones that didn't make the cut. Okay. So Rage Against the Machine. They were. They should be in too. I think.
I think so.
I went. This Apple Music. I mean, they're not a sponsor, but god damn it, if I don't suck their dick every day. Going through these hits, these catalogs of people, I put on Rage Against the Machine the other day. And just at the gym, next thing I know that, I was done with an hour at the gym. I mean, obviously, you can see the fucking Guns and Navarone here, but it was all hits for an hour. And I was like, shit, dude, I forgot they had all this.
You know what they remind me of is Edward 40 Hands. Did you ever play Edward 40 Hands?
What's that?
You tape 2 40s.
Oh, yeah.
To your hands, and you have to finish them before taking them off.
Yeah.
I don't know why Rage. Probably that time frame.
Probably.
We were probably listening to that while we were playing Edward 40 Hands.
Yeah. Shaka Khan, LL Cool J deserves to be in. I'm sure he'll get in next year. Devo, huh? Not so sure on Devo. You must whip it.
No, I know. But I'm trying to think of any other song.
Same. I don't know why that was a thing.
Okay.
Really having a problem with that one. Shaka Khan. I agree. Shaka Khan should be in. But Devo though, I'm gonna say that Devo's probably gonna be waiting a few years. You're going to have to wait till that thins out a little bit.
One of them must be on the board or something.
Yeah.
For them to be even nominated.
One would imagine. Now it's time for the revolutionary figure of the day. Do we need to say who it is, James?
No, we know.
Jimmy Treelegs.
Jimmy Treelegs. Everyone knows that.
In the 16th century, Scandinavia, a boy was tossed out into the forest and raised by pine trees.
Yep.
His name was Jimmy Treelegs. He was there so long for just months and months on end, and he was so cold that his legs began to grow into the ground, and pine cones eventually overtook his body.
Yeah.
When he was of age and got used to having a pine cone bone structure, he was able to run across the world and scare children with love.
Yep.
For years and years.
Scare them with love. Interesting. And every December 16th,
he comes back.
Crawls from his grave.
Comes back to scare your children.
From his shallow grave,
love.
He pulls himself out.
For Pine Cone Day.
Pine Cone Day.
So.
And you just keep telling your children, no, there's nothing out there.
None.
You're crazy.
Yeah.
Live with that and just over and over. Anyways.
So to everybody out there
good about it.
who's listening to the show or watching on video, and you can see all the pine cones all over the set and on our bodies. Did you take off your pine cone earrings?
I did. I thought we were talking about something quite serious, and we were going down a racist kind of path, and I thought, let me take these.
It was nothing racist. Yeah, you took off the pine cones for it. I like it.
I had them on the whole damn show.
Yeah. Well, I'm proud of you. Watch the video on YouTube and or iTunes. Subscribe on YouTube. We're trying to make the YouTube channel a thing. Yeah. Just a couple of pine cones.
Danglers.
You're going to be able to see this all lit up.
When you put them in this formation, we call them a couple of danglers.
Yep. You can see a couple of danglers on YouTube. For Jessie Wiseman, a.k.a. the Jables, I am Ross Patterson. This is The Revolution. Good night, everyone, and happy Pine Cone Day.
Oh, good night.